Hello and welcome back to the channel. Okay, I've been off away for a while, for a few weeks. I've been in New York and I've been working in Cardiff and been just working all over. Just caught up with lots of work basically. I've relocated buildings in my job as well. What's inevitable as in Ark is that you get offline raided, and I was wiped because as I was doing a walkthrough, I didn't get to establish my base. So obviously being away for a few weeks, I've been wiped. Not really a big issue because what I've done is relocated my character to offline raid protection server. So what I'm going to do, because at the moment there's so many games coming out and stuff that I want to cover, that I'm going to just make an offline raid protection base and just show the occasional tips and stuff every so often on that. Sort of carry on the episodes but a lot less, because I want to focus on other games like State of Decay 2, which is just coming out, and Conan, that's, even though I've been playing it for ages, it's actually fully released, so it's got a lot more content now. So I want to get more into these games as well as other games and other stuff basically. So let me just jump into the game now and show you what I've done, and we can sort of continue from there. Okay, so this is where I quickly made up a base. Just wait for it to focus in. Come on. There it goes. I'm basically here. I was trying to go over there. Oh, sorry, the sun's in the way, where the volcano is. But now with offline protection, I found that there's only actual 2 offline protection servers, which is terrible, which I found. There's no such rush now. There's my base. There you go. Just a little stone, little fort thing. Just show you this as a rarity. 2 dinosaurs. Look at that. Massive. Right. So yeah, this is basically what I did. I do this just to protect the doorway, just so I don't get creatures and that hovering around the doorway, attacking me and whatever. So all I've done is just basically this little 2x2 fridge, blah 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 blah. And up here, I can build that, do that. So little 2x2, easy. Everything I need. So while I'm here, what I'm just going to do is slowly build up in my levels and what have you. Tame some creatures, put them in a little pen. With offline protection, they won't be wiped like my other ones. And then I'll relocate to that new place and show you from there, sort of, as if you was on a regular PvP, and just for general tips and gaming. Also, I've forgot to mention in my little intro what I'm looking to do. I have a spare Xbox now, so I'm going to create an Ark server, my own Ark server, which will only be open to my YouTube subscribers, and it will have offline protection, but be PvP heavy, and also have events and such like that. Let's have a quick look around. So I'm hoping to get that up and get a load of you guys to join me and just play a game, have fun, and do whatever it is we want to do. Oh, I'm being tapped, I think. Right. So the only focus now is to collect narcotics and stuff, and collect up narcotics. Ideally, you'd want something decent to do that, because my plan is to basically collect narcotics, build up something good, get a wolf or perhaps a hawk if I get to that, or whatever should an Argentus, and then fly to that location because it'd be a lot easier and quicker. Managed to make a metal pick. There was a big tree covering my base, but obviously something's wandered past and took the tree out. Just make sure that, yeah, my building is intact, so nothing attacked my base. Or something just wipe out the tree, unfortunately. Alright. What are they for? Let's go get some wood. Let me show my character. It's what I've been focusing on. So I've got my health, stamina's maxed out, or not really maxed out, but usually I get things to 200. So I boost him up to 200. Weight 200. I put a little bit in fortitude, a little bit of movement speed, and I'm getting my melee up. So I think at this point you could just focus on health and melee. You put a little bit in health. And it's not worth spending points on these at the moment because there's nothing I really want. And because you can't get the resources for these things, there's no point wasting points on stuff you can't build. So it's best just to save them. But yes, I said I'm going to start on Conan, and I'll start doing gameplay of that soon, which I'm hoping you'll watch and enjoy, and join me on that as well, because it'd be good to get a big group together on that. And my own server on Ark, and State of Decay releases on the 22nd. I didn't get the early release version. I just didn't bother. I'm really into the game, really love the game, don't get me wrong, but because of work, I've got too much work. It's not worth me buying an early release version and then just sitting there doing nothing. So I'll just save myself 10 quid and didn't bother with it. Some more. Good thing about being in this little location. It's a good start. Where I showed you before is an excellent starter point. Still start there because you've got the explorer notes which boost you up really quickly. Because there's not much around here and it is quite dangerous around here. It's just like the other place because you've got the snow and you get wolves and panthers and whatever roaming around here. There's not as many raptors, which is great. But what you got here, you got these. Oh, a little fish pond, which is really handy. Get off me. If you're ever desperate for fish. The obvious advantage of creating a really tiny base is it just doesn't look like it's worth robbing, basically, because when in reality, if you know, as you've seen inside, I've actually crammed quite a lot in there, and I can get quite a lot of gear in there. But to players walking past, they can look at it and think, or you might even just fly by it or not even notice it. Especially when I built it under a tree, there was a huge tree covering it. But that's sort of the advantage of making a tiny little base. It's not worth going big until you can defend it. Alright. I'll do this. Now I'm going to go for a little wander. Up here. There is some metal up here, but it does get more dangerous the closer you venture into the middle of the map. So I'm pushing my luck here by doing this. About a pet, because I won't be able to, or pet that can run fast because I won't have the pace or stamina probably to around some of the dangers up here, but let's have a look anyway. It's interesting. Is that someone's pet? Is that someone's base? What was that? Oh, it can't be a... Oh no, he is active. They changed the art event, just detail a lot. It looks completely different. Actually, look like the look of it now. It looks far more streamlined. Like, before it looked like a pigeon. Whoa! Oh shit! Oh, when it rains, look at that. Can't see anything. I've started to play on the Xbox X now as well, so yeah, I've noticed the game is far more detailed. Just seeing if some metal up here. I might see stuff's not spawning because they've obviously built a giant base and been destroyed and just left it. So that's quite irritating. Someone's built a little camp up here. Everything I like about thatch houses is that you can't find the doors on them. I wish they added secret door. That'd be just amazing. Oh, I'm going to have to go back down soon because I'm starting to starve. I was just looking up here briefly to see if there's any metal. Rocks, but there's, because of all the building work, I don't think the stuff's spawning in properly. I'm going to run into the snow, which is going to kill me really quickly. See a bit more meat. Run up here and then get out of here. And then get the hell out of here! Oh, and there's a thing up here. Which I didn't know about, and I'm not going to bother, to be honest. Not because it's not double XP weekend this weekend for a reason. So yeah, I'm not going to get it until double XP weekend. I'm only on here at the moment just to show and tell, to show I've moved location where I am and what I've done. It shouldn't take you long to, if you've already got to where I was, or oh, I'm dying. It's just the cold kills you quick. And I probably will die here. I won't make it back. There's not much up here since they've built on here. Okay, right. I've got my body back. And I've managed to find a little rock of metal. Some of the snowy rocks up there you'll find will have metal in them, so it's worthwhile just doing that. So what I'm going to do is put this on here. Melt that. So I've got more metal for next time. I haven't put anything in my fridge yet because it's not worth it until I'm established a little bit better. And I think I will leave it there, my little house, in the knowing that when I log on next time, in a week's time, whatever, probably won't be that long. Hopefully, get on the game tomorrow, but I probably won't come back on until it's double XP weekend. That my base will still be here, in the knowing that my base will still be here, and that's what the game should be about. PvP, because then as I build myself up, I'll be able to then go fight people that are actually online. Imagine that. So I'll leave it there, and thank you all for watching again. Oh, goodbye.